Hi guys, okay, my name is Jagsy. Welcome to Jagsy Builds. This is my new YouTube channel. As you can see, this is I'm currently in my Minecraft world. So I'm going to be doing some YouTube tutorials. So I can't get my words out. This is my first video, so obviously, if some of the editing quality is not great and etc., and I get a bit tongue-tied from time to time, I can only apologise. As I said, it's all new to me. But as you can see, I've been building my world for a little while. And rather than start a whole new world, I'm just going to continue using the world that I've already started and adding to it as we go along. And I would love to hear comments from you guys, suggesting things that I can try and build. Try and keep it as generic as possible. Don't name specific places because it's quite hard to kind of build those places and find schematics or anything else or blueprints to try and do it. And plus, I'm not the most imaginative guy in the world. So things that are quite generic, hospitals, houses, shops, kind of things like that. And I can try and see what I can do and put that together and show you guys how to do it. So therefore you can maybe follow along and build that yourself. Okay, so at the moment, as you can see, I've got quite a big city here. Full disclosure, I do use mods in my Minecraft world, so I do use things like World Edit. I use texture packs, etc., to make it look a bit more realistic. So the water will look like actual water, for example. So yeah, and World Edit just makes my life a lot easier because sometimes digging things out, etc., takes forever in a day. Ain't nobody got time for that. So what I'm going to do, as you can see here, I've already built like a little pathway here. And I'm going to maybe try and see if we can fit a hospital here alongside my train tracks. So just to sort of keep it neat, as you can see, we've got this slab here. So I'm just going to find out what time slab that is. That's stone bricks. So I'm just going to basically carry on and make the stone bricks go all the way along. So as you can see, rather than dig this all out and replace it with stone bricks, I'm just going to start here, go all the way to the end. As you can see, I could have dug out all those bricks, which would have been 77 bricks in total. And I'm just going to set stone bricks, and there we go. Okay, now what I will do manually though is as I go back down, I'm just going to put in some iron fence along here. And that will hopefully keep people from walking on the train tracks. Obviously it's creative mode, so that's not actually going to happen, but that's fine. Obviously try and make it as realistic as we possibly can. And then we've basically got the time and space we need for our hospital. So I'm just going to pause this very quickly, so just to make sure I've got everything prepared that I need to have in place. And what we're going to need to do is I'm going to basically mark this out first and foremost. So we need 40 blocks by 38. So let's go 40 blocks this way. Here we are, 17 at the moment. So 27, 34, 38, 40 blocks. Okay, so we're just going to cut that. There you go, to pick that up. And including that one, we need 38 in total. So I'm going to count the one away. So we only want to go down by 37 more. Nearly. 37, there we go. And there you go, we have that line cut out. And just to make it easier, again, this is another reason why we use World Edit, because I could either cut all of this out, which would have been quite a few blocks and take me a little while, or I can just select the whole amount. And again, we'll cut it. So there we go, that's our space dug out for our hospital. Okay. So there we go. So let's get us started, and we'll work from the edges around and then cut the insides out. So if we do it line by line, it probably makes life a little bit easier for you. So we're going to start from this corner here. Okay, so what do we need first and foremost? Okay, so we just need just some plain dirt. Okay, so but I'm going to use coarse dirt because, to be honest, it makes life a little bit easier because it doesn't actually change to grass, so you can see what's happening there. So let's just go with some dirt. Let's go to dirt, and we want ideally coarse dirt. There we go. And we just want to go 1, 2, 3, 4 this way, and then come right to the end, to the other side, and do 4 that way. And also, we might as well just get this done now. Let's just do 3 here as well. So it's 4 down as well. That's 4 down as well. And then what we do is, you're going to have to fill this in manually if you're not using Word Edit, but I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to fill that gap. So I'm going to replace the air, this is the gap, with grass blocks. Oh, what did I do wrong there? It's just grass block, that's why, not blocks. See, silly me. And then we want to, let me just double check what this is. Just double stone slabs. So, I mean, you can just cheat and just use stone because double stone slab and stone is effectively the same thing. So, I'm just going to fill it in with stone. And again, I'm going to use my replace air comment, and I'm just going to replace it with stone. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly just take a grass block, because that's going to be the next thing down. I'll put one of those either side, not there. And I'm just going to use that same command again, just to fill that with stone also. So when you're using Word Edit, you can just use the backslash and press the up key, and it will use the last command. So that makes life a lot easier. And straight away, you can see we've built a good 5 rows already, you know, with very, very minimal effort. You know, so we're loving that. You know, and again, we're going to go stone again. Grass again, sorry. And then we're going to go only 1, 2, 3, 4 along with stone. And leave a gap. Then go 1, 2, 3, 5. Leave another gap. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. Then we're going to go another gap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a gap, and it should be 4. And then we've got our grass. There we go. Now let me just double check what needs to go into those gaps, because we left those gaps in behind. And that's just going to be a glowstone by the looks of it. So we'll just go back there. Again, you can manually put this in. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm just going to select my area. And again, I'm going to use replace air, but this time I want glowstone rather than stone. Okay, so there you go. We've got that filled in. And then to make this a lot easier, we're going to go down and we're going to work out what we need to do. So I'm just going to use stone. And this should be pretty even. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then leave the gap. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Leave a gap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, leave a gap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how many gaps we've got. Hang on. So that's the first one. 5, 4, 4, 4. Then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it should be 1, 2, 3, 4 with 1 at the front. Awesome. Okay. Then what you can do is you can, if you're quick. Just obviously take the middle key on your mouse if you're using a PC, and obviously you can just go along. The glowstones will be pretty much in the same place. They're all aligned. Just make sure they stay lined up. Just going to do the first couple of rows. So we've got 3 rows so far. In fact, I'll do the 4th row also. There's a reason why I'm going to go as far as the 4th row, which will become clear in a second. Okay, so we've done our 4th row. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of stones, just to be sure. And then what we can do is from that point onwards, just go to, let's say, I'm actually going to fill this in with grass first and foremost. Again, I'm taking too much time, so I'm just going to quickly save myself a bit of time and energy. And I'm going to go down as far as my last row here. About here. And I want glass blocks, so I'm just going to fill that in. There you go, so that's in line. Just going to delete the last one because I think I may have went one too many. So that should be in line with that. And then again, I'm just going to take it from here. I'm going to go as far as here. I'm going to replace that with stone. Okay, so we should have that now. And again, I'm going to just fill this in with the glass blocks. And there you go. So we have those 4 rows now. Now, the reason why I wanted to stop at that 4th row is because we need to just separate some of the grass paths as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and as you can see, where I use coarse dirt, it hasn't changed back to grass, and I wanted that on purpose. I may go back and fill it in later to change it to normal grass, but there's a reason why I do it for now, just so I can see what I'm doing, because obviously we're using grass blocks as well, and I didn't want it to all blend in. So we had 2 that side, and we want 3 this side. So 3 here and 2 over there. Okay, and then basically from here, so from this last grass block down to 1 away from the end, just going to make that grass block also. And we're going to do the same at the other end. So again, from the last bit of dirt, literally 1 before the end, so there's grass block. Okay, and now we can carry on where we were before. And what I'm going to do, actually, we're just going to do something slightly different. We're going to fill the glowstone in afterwards. But where the end of the grass is, we're going to go 2 dirt. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1 dirt. Then 1, 2, 3 dirt. How many dirts have we got? So, yep, 1, 2, 3 dirt. I may need to actually physically count these at some point. Just make it a little bit easier on myself. I'm just going to go 1, 2, dirt. 1, 2, 3 dirt. Then 1, 2, 3. And it should be 1, 2. Yeah. Yep, that looks about right. And again, we're going to fill that part in with stone. So Again, if you're doing this without edits, void edit or anything like that, without mods, then you need to fill that in manually. Obviously, I'm cheating a little bit, but that's fine. So I'm going to fill that in with stone. And then let's go ahead and I'm just going to continue the whole glowstone. So again, you just make sure it lines up. Now, if we've done this right, this should be literally 4 to that stone. 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay, so again, we could, if you're doing this without mods, you're going to have to manually fill all of that in with stone now. I'm obviously going to use the quick method. There we go. And there we have that. And then there is going to be some changes at this last row. Let me just check those for you. So, yep. Okay, so where those two, you see there's 2 in the middle here that are close together. So most of these have got a gap of 3. These ones here have got a gap of 2. So the ones where the gap of 2 is, just in front of that, you just want to go stone there and there. Okay. And then what we also want to do is we're going to go white stained clay. So that's also going to be stone actually in the middle. So this is where some blueprints will say double stone slab and then some will say stone. To be honest, when you do a double stone slab, it comes out exactly the same, so I don't really see the point. But here we are. So white stained clay all the way along. So that's just sometimes clay isn't the right option. So yeah. So what we use is we'll use terracotta in this occasion. So again, white terracotta instead of white stained clay. And I'm just going to go all the way along with that. Okay, again, I could use the world edit, but for a few blocks like that, it's not so bad. Let me just pause the recording. But the important lesson here is that if you are recording a video, turn off your phone. So I had to pause the video there. So as I was saying, where we was using the white terracotta. Again, I could have used the mods just to fill that in. It would have been a lot quicker probably, but because of the fact there was only one small row, go ahead and we'll leave that as it is. Okay, so basically this now forms the ground floor of what's going to be our hospital. Okay, so yeah, that's where we're at with that. That's how big the hospital is going to be. So let's go ahead and get our plans together for level 2. Okay, so let's see, we need 1, 2, 3, 4 quartz blocks, and 3, 2, then 1, and then 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some quartz blocks. And that does some stuffing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this corner here. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And just do that. Okay. So what we're going to do is what we did here, we're going to do also here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Little square like that. Okay. And then let's just have a quick check. I'm just going to quickly pause you again. So it looks like we need some glass panes. And then we're going to go 2, 2, 2, 2, little 2s. Okay, that's fine. So let's go ahead and go back to that. Let's get some glass panes. Don't know what one we use. Just do that. And there's a 3. No, not that. That. Right, and then leave a gap of 2 and do 2 again. Gap of 2, 2 again. And basically just keep that going all the way along. 2 gaps, then 2 panes. And then that should bring us to there, like that. Okay. And then let me just double check just to be sure. Yep. And then all those gaps that we left, we're going to fill them in with the quartz blocks. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like that, effectively. And we're going to go 2 glass panes there, 2 quartz blocks. Basically going to carry that down until roughly to the dirt. So we'll do the quartz blocks first. Yep, and then that works out like that. So oh my god. So that's going to look like that. So you can see we're starting to get a bit of shape to this now. And I'm just going to check here. So yep, and it's only 2. So where that dirt was, we're going to do 3 quartz blocks, and then we're just going to carry that pattern on. Then we're going to go glass pane, glass pane. Then there's 2 more glass panes to be sure on this, and then 3 quartz blocks, and there you go. Then you'll go, just make sure that we're following the general rule of thumb. Just going to go to the other side. And this one's pretty much more straightforward. Just going to do that, the gaps again of 2, then 2, then 2. So 2 quartz blocks, then a 2 gap. And that should line up that there's 2 quartz blocks where the dirt was. So the dirt will also be quartz blocks. So I'll just quickly fill that in now. Literally, this should just carry on. There we go. And then again, you just fill that in with glass panes. So that's all your side walls and everything taken care of. It's just this front wall now to worry about. And I just want to double check this is still glass panes here. So yeah, so basically, in a nutshell, where we put the dirt before is a nice marker for us because that is where our quartz blocks are going to go. So it's just literally, you can fly along there, and again, you've probably figured this one out already. Glass pane all the way along. Again, I could use the mods just to fill this out, but leave this one where it's a 2 gap, leave that. I think we're going to be putting some doors in there. Let's be sure of that in a second. Yeah, and that should be basically that. So check that those are doors. Yep, and that's oak doors. So just going to find any random door. Just go with a standard oak door. That should be fine. There we go. Now we're ready. Now we've got the main outside. We can start filling in a bit of this interior part. Again, this would be the ground floor, so to speak. So you've got your ground, actual floor level, and then this is actually what's on the ground floor. Okay, so let's just check what we need here. So some jungle leaves. Just plunk those in this corner here. And let me just check that's the same for the other corner. Yep, same in the other corner. Right. And then what we want to do is there's going to be some filling in here. So we just see what it is we need. Yep. Yep, double checking. Okay, so we're just going to need some stairs. By stairs, we really mean seats. So I'm just going to take some oak stairs. And basically, what we want to do is from the furthest gap, where there's 5, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to go up 6 rows of doing that. Okay, so and 1 gap in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6. Okay, and then looks like a lot of 5s. Again with another 6 rows. Got 4 rows so far. And 6 rows. Okay, and there should basically be 1 line in the middle there. So you've got 5 rows of seats like that. And then just double check what we need here. Okay, fine. So we're going to need some bookshelves. If you're wondering what it is that I'm checking, I do use blueprints for this, so I don't just come up with this stuff in my head, unfortunately. So we're going to have the bookshelves there and there, and they're literally going to be in the exact same place on the other side. So we'll go all the way along there. Okay, so we've got some bookshelves. And as I said before, when I said I'm using mods and texture packs, so you can see they actually look like books. So looks a bit more genuine, looks a bit more realistic. You'll see like with some of the other buildings where you can see the glimmer of the glass, etc. Things like that, and the shadows of the sun. So we can see the shadows here. It just gives it a little bit more of a good feel about it. Okay, then just going to double check what it is we need to do here. So what I need to tell you is that we're going to start from this second row. Let's start 1 block away from that. So come to find your second row down of glowstone and just come 1 gap and start here. Okay, let me just find out what this is going to be. Right, that's quartz blocks. Okay, so that's fine. So we need to go quartz blocks. You go 1, 2, 3, and in total, let me just check how many we're going to go along. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 24 along in total. So that includes that one. So we'll do 23 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 23. And then we'll go down by 2. Leave one gap. And then basically just do that again. All the way along. I'm just going to go slightly down. Okay, and then I think we probably need some doors on here. No, a gate, okay. So let's just go here, we'll find a gate. We'll go there. There we go. There. Awesome. And then we want some more bookshelves. So I'm just going to quickly, rather than going to the inventory, I'm just going to steal it from here. Not by doing that, by doing that. And we're going to start from this corner. And then we're going to 5 gap. Yep. And then we want another 5 gap. Then we want another 5 gap. That should leave 3 at the end. Wash. Perfecto. And then in line with the gates, we want some stone brick stairs, which I think are down here. There we go. And we want to do basically, if I'm right in thinking, it's basically one down, two blocks down, but then one along from the bookcases in every case. So okay, so that one will be there, that one will be there. Then just over this corner here, we're going to leave a 3 block gap. So 1, 2, 3, and so we're going to go here. And then what we want, I'm just going to check what we need. Quartz block, quartz block. So 1, 2, 3, quartz block, and then a quartz block there. And then in between we want, yep. Okay, we're going to go this way. I may have got this wrong. So with these ones, I'm just going to quickly go through here and change those the other way. I may end up undoing that. We'll yet to see. So I did actually go ahead and actually turn those steps around. But as you can see, we've now got our ground floor level 1 built. So we're ready to go ahead to the next level. So we'll start off with, again, we'll get our quartz blocks. And again, we're just going to sort of go over this part again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. You know, and I think we're good to basically do the same over here as well. Oops. And then we're good to sort of just cover over all of this as well. I'm just going to go ahead and put the glass pane on top of that. Okay, and let's just count along because I think we need to put something else in here. I'm just going to check this. Do a quick count. 1, 2, 3. On the fourth one. Okay, so on the fourth one of these, so from here, so this is the first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is the fourth one here. And on this one here, on this side, we're just going to go ahead and put a torch. So that way I won't use the glowstone. Okay, so the torch just goes there. And we're all good. And let's just see if that goes all the way down. Okay, we're focusing this little middle bit first before we do the walls and stuff. So we're going to put a torch here, just facing upwards, so it's like on top of it. And you're going to have a gap of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's basically just before the bookshelf. And then we're going to do that again before the next bookshelf. There should be 5 in between here. And then we want a gap of 4 this time, so it's 1 away from the bookshelf. And then we should have a gap of 5, which puts us on the last one right there. Okay, and then on this side, we're going to put a block of quartz on here and here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have glass pane, so here, and leave a gap, and then do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and leave a gap, and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leave another gap, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leave a gap, and that should be 2. There we go. Okay, so it's basically like that. And here's where it gets interesting because we're going to have the same here, but like that. And then we're going to put stairs in there. Now you can see why we turned the stairs around. And I'm pretty sure there's some torches here, but let's just double check. Yep, torches facing up, so I'm just going to put the torches there and there. So don't put them on the block, put them on top of this block, okay? So here and here, put them on top, not on the face there. Okay, and then we can also just going to quickly take the jungle leaves because they're just going to double up. And then what we'll do is we'll take this as well, double that up, do the same on the other side. So again, that's just bookshelf. So okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to do the quartz block first and foremost. So I'm just going to quickly go around and cover that up another layer. Not that. Just go the whole way around. Now again, you can just go ahead and fill that in. I'm going to try to do this the old-fashioned way, so I'm just going to go from there to there. I'm going to do replace air with glass pane. See, sometimes it does that. See, this is why it doesn't always work in that regard. So you're better off just to do that. You know, and in fact, I'm just going to do undo on that. That undoes it all, and then literally because there are 2 gaps, I'm going to go ahead and just manually put that in. That way, it gives you the more finished look rather than having those silly gaps at the side. Well, it let me down there a little bit, so we know not to do that for the future walls. Let's quickly fill those in. You can, if you get the line in right, you can just go along and just do that. It's a bit quicker. It's a bit fidgety to make sure you line it up properly. If you judder your mouse at all, it can end up being a bit messy. But we'll do that here as well because there's more. So line it up there. We'll do the same here as well. And that is that covered. And then there's some torches on the front here. So basically from this one here, and then every block that we see. To there. Okay, and there's none around the sides or anything like that. So that is that level done. And that should keep us going for now. I'm just going to quickly pause and we're ready to go to the next level. Just want to see how many levels there actually are to this. So there's going to be a total of 37 levels and we're on level, I think, 4 now. Yep, so level 4. So basically what we should find is that this level obviously was level 1, the ground, then level 1, that was level 1, sorry, level 2, level 3, and now we're on level 4. Okay, and so there's going to be some similarities here, but what I think we do, we'll start with this middle part, and then go to the other end, and this is where it gets complicated because we have to fill in those gaps. Yeah, so this paint should go all the way across. And then again, we're going to repeat this here. So you can see there's a stairwell going up there. And do we carry on the bookcases? Do they continue? No, they do not. But the leaves do. So we'll carry on the leaves in the corner. And the only thing different about this time, we're going to go around again like we did previously. But in this time, we're going to go across the doors like so before filling the rest in. Yep, so it is a little bit laborious, so I do appreciate that. So apologies if it feels like we've been a bit repetitive. But it is what it is. That's the build right now. So we shall persist. And once we fill in the panes, then that is that level done as well. So you find each floor doesn't have really lots to it. It's just a pretty straightforward design, you know, keep it basic. I just felt the city was lacking the hospital a little bit. Let's just clean that up. Ugh. This is what I was talking about, when you're placing it manually, it can be a bit fidgety. As you can see, when I'm using the texture packs, you can see the light coming through the windows and the shadows. The light gives it a bit more of a realistic feel. That's why I tend to use those. Just gonna add myself about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go back to the very beginning. Do that. And then I'm just going to do that all the way along so it joins up to our pathway. There we go. So a bit of consistency there, and as you can see, that was a lot quicker to do than if I'd had to place them all manually, because it would involve digging them out and then placing them also. So yep, we'll leave that as it is. And what we might do here, not completely sure yet, but I may have this as a like a car park area, this part here. So I may add like a car park here for the cars for the hospital, or may have it where the ambulance goes in, etc. Who knows? We shall see. But we will figure it out. We won't figure it out yet. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So let me just go ahead and continue filling this in. Okay, and that is that floor done. And what I think we'll do is we'll end the video on that one, and we'll do this as a part 2 and carry on from there. So thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Obviously, I'm trying to build the channel up. This is brand new, like I said, so appreciate all the support. And also, feel free to comment as well with any tips and tricks that you might recommend, what you'd like me to see me build next, what you think my city could do with. You know, I have a lot of things. I don't have many shops. I don't have a police station. You know, things like that as ideas, hotels. You know, let me know what you think would be best, and we can try and find a way to get that put in. Okay, so again, thanks for watching. This is Jagsy Builds, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.